Hello guys, this is the 7th time we've made this video and I'm not going to make it again. So, welcome back to a Two Ordinary Guys video. It's our first collaboration and it's episode 2. If you haven't checked out the first episode, go and check it out. It's doing quite well, to be honest, isn't it?
It's doing quite well. The collaboration we are doing is with Claire Carmichael. I said your name right for once. This is the first time. And we are talking about why me and Carl wanted to become paramedics and why Claire wanted to do nursing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video.
So why did I choose nursing? Mainly I chose nursing because I love it. It's the simple version. I've got 101 reasons why I chose nursing, and it starts from when I was younger, when I was about 7 years old and I saw family deteriorate from cancer. Unfortunately they passed away, and it was that sort of helpless feeling that I had at the time, and I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't know. Then the first contact I had with the nurse was the district nurse coming in to see my granddad, and although I didn't understand fully what was going on and what was happening, I sort of had this massive respect and love for the district nurses that were coming in and helping my granddad. I remember that like it was yesterday, so it's really fresh still in my mind, and they must have made quite a big impact on me, I think, for me to actually remember that. And then the next time was my nan when she had cancer when I was 15 years old, and not being able to deal with that at the time and not being able to cope, and I really wanted to help but I didn't know how to help, and instead I avoided the situation. So I think just building on those little things, I wanted the knowledge and the background to be able to help my own family, but not only my own family, because I couldn't help my own family back then. I want to help others in the future, sort of using a negative situation for the better, if that makes sense. I never thought that I could be a nurse. I had no confidence, I had no self-esteem. I left school with really bad GCSEs and I didn't have that knowledge that I could be a nurse, that I could be that I could make something of myself, and I could be that person that I admired so much as a young child. So I finally went into work in care homes in 2005, and that's where I really fell in love with nursing. I loved the elderly, I loved caring for the elderly. We had district nurses again come into us, and I'd always sit with them and always be really intrigued in what they were doing. I loved all the wound care and all of that. And I think that's now why I love community, because I've always had that experience of community nurses mainly. I think that's why I've got that massive love for the community nursing side of it. I see nursing as a high profession, and I didn't think that was me until I was working with this person and she said that she was doing her nursing. She come to me this one day and she said, "Claire, I've got to boil this egg. How do I boil an egg?" And I was like, "What? How do you not know how to boil an egg?" No offence to anyone that can't boil an egg, but to me, because I've always cooked and I've always been quite an independent person, I thought, how doesn't she know how to boil an egg? And she's doing her nursing. I mean, if she can't boil an egg and she's doing her nursing, I think I can do this. I can try it. So that's the initial thing that made me think, do you know what? If she can do it, I can do it. Because she was a fantastic worker, she was great, she was a fantastic care assistant at home, and she was really good, really knowledgeable. And I just thought, do you know what, that's an actual inspiration to me, so I can do this. So I found out what I had to do. I found out that I had to go and do my MVQs, I had to do the access course to get me into nursing. So I did all that, and finally, long story short, I'm here on the course, over halfway through now, guys, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to qualify.
Okay. Oh. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. So, why do I want to join the ambulance service? Obviously, as you see on this channel, I've got a very, very, very good supportive network, and I'm very, very thankful for it. So, if you have a cup of tea, thank you. Raise your glass in pride. I'm very thankful for the family I have on this channel, but I haven't always had. I've always had a very supportive family growing up. They've always pushed me to achieve my dreams. They've always said, you know, if you want to do this, this is how you can do it. And I'm very, very grateful to have my dad and my mum that I can really aspire to be. Like they've driven me from a very young age into my mind that work ethic is not just from grades. Like if you want something, you can get to it different ways, you know what I'm trying to say. So, but what I'm trying to say is, when I was at school, I used to have a lazy eye, I had an operation right now. I made a video on my operation. But yeah, I had a lazy eye. I wasn't very academic strong. So I've become the class clown to sort of tackle this, you know. I wanted to be remembered in school. It sounds really stupid. And yeah, we was in school. We were in school, and we was all saying our aspirations for life. And I never really made it apparent that I wanted to be a paramedic in school. I just kept it to myself. It was just sort of a kind of a dream. It sounded really, it was really hard to get into paramedic science, and I didn't really think I'd do it. But I just thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. It's an amazing job. Who wouldn't want to go into paramedic science? So we're going around the classroom, people saying they wanted to be a vet, they wanted to be doctors, and I thought, wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I respected their decisions. That's what they wanted to do. Why can't they? Why can't they do that? They're quite smart. I was in triple science. It's very hard to be in triple science. You had like 9 lessons of science a week, and it's very academic strong. And that wasn't the sort of person I am. And I was I felt I wouldn't say pushed out of the group, but it was the teaching that really pushed me out. And they sort of targeted me, thinking, because obviously as I was at school, I wanted to be the sort of class clown, to be remembered, like I said. And I was kind of targeted by the teachers, and it was kind of hard going through school, not being smart and not being good at biology or chemistry or physics. And the sort of person I am, I'm only good at something if I put my mind to it, and it's something I want to do. I can't really focus on something if it's not what I want to do or will benefit me in the future. And I didn't really think in that situation then. I felt targeted by the teachers. So I'm not targeting any teachers at my school. So yeah, we went around and people were saying their aspirations, and I said paramedic science. I want to go into paramedic science. I want to be a paramedic. And obviously, because I wasn't very good at science or maths or English or anything like that, everyone laughed, and my confidence was like, yeah. And then when they said that, it was like whoosh, And I left school, through. To be honest, I would have classed it as bullying. They were laughing and joking at the fact I wanted to be a paramedic. People making jokes in my eye, and it was kind of demoralising for anyone. If anyone wanted to be something, people were laughing at you. It is hard. And some of them watch my channel now. Some of them have been really supportive in the past when I was at school. You guys will know who you are watching this video. And obviously the people that was supportive in school, you'll also know the people that wasn't supportive in school. So you'll know where I'm coming from recording this video. I left school and I joined college, and I did health and social care, and we went on placements, and I went on placement to a care home, which is very local to where I live, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I really enjoyed it. On my first day though, it was kind of hard, because the first day I was next to a guy that had a stroke, and it was kind of my very first interaction with paramedics. They was called. They did obviously the fast test, and they were very fast to take him into hospital. Unfortunately, when he arrived at hospital, he did actually pass away. But the job they do is amazing, and I couldn't fault for the care they did. It was very fast. It was very efficient, and obviously rest in peace to that guy. He was such a lovely man. So it is sad, and that is the downside of working in care. You bond with the residents in the home, and obviously Claire would know, going into nursing, you do bond such amazing things with your residents and your patients at the hospital or at the care home. So it's sad when they go. So that was my first interaction with paramedics, and I thought, wow. So I went home and I did a lot of research into paramedics, everything they do, the career aspirations of where can you go from being a paramedic. There's a lot of avenues you can go down, which I'm going to mention later on in this video. So I did that. I went home and I researched very intensely into paramedic science, and then I think that's what sort of boosted me off. That's what took me off into the direction of paramedic science, because I wasn't really sure what paramedic science I wanted to go into. I was very adamant that I wanted to give back to society. I was very adamant that I wanted to join the NHS, but I didn't know what avenue I wanted to go down efficiently then. And now I'm living here. I'm here at the moment in time, and I'm 29 days away from starting my student paramedic dream. And yeah, in this video I wanted to collab with Claire because she mentioned that she didn't have a very good start, and I've had a lot of people message me in the past saying like, "Oh, did you finish with good grades?" And honestly, I'm saying no, I didn't finish with good grades. And I don't want people to think that when they leave school, you know, they didn't do very well. The teachers would be very disappointed. You know, they say, "Oh, you know," and one of the teachers in school did say to me that I'm not going to get very far in life. And hearing that from, you know, teachers that you're supposed to look up to and aspire from, say that, it does kind of knock you. So if you are leaving school right now and you haven't really had the best grades, because this is going to go around results day as well. If you've just found out your grades and you found out that you didn't do that well, sit down, have a cry. I did. Grab a cup of tea, coffee, or something like that, and just think, okay, I didn't do that well. Where can I go next? Where can I apply to that's going to get me here? I started college at level 2 and I worked up, and eventually I finished my level 3 extended diploma in health and social care, and now I'm starting university. So don't let grades put you off, guys. That's one message I want you to take away from this video, is don't let grades, you know, take your dreams away. If you have the passion and determination that you can do something, you can do it. So yeah, I told you this is going to be a sensitive subject. But yeah, over to either Jacob or Claire on there.
Hello guys, welcome back. So the first question is why I wanted to become a paramedic. Mine's quite an interesting story. You might ask someone who's a paramedic and they might say, "Oh, I wanted to be a paramedic since I was 5 years old," or "wanted to be a paramedic since I was 8. I'm not like that. I actually grew up wanting to be a police officer. I wanted to go into the police force, but looking at me, I couldn't imagine myself taking down someone. I'm like 5'6". I'm relatively skinny, so I can't do that. I went into health and social care, and my tutor, he was a paramedic for quite a number of years, and he also used to be a firefighter. And seeing how he expressed his stories and seeing how much you could really tell he loved his job. I want to do that. You don't have to be big and strong to be a paramedic. I guess you don't have to be big and strong to be a police officer, actually. But I wanted to do that. I wanted to do what he did, and I did. I joined Health Social Care. This is me and Carl went to public services together, so we joined Health Social Care. That my tutor that day really kind of put that seed in my head to become a paramedic. Then over the next year, I had experiences like something to do with my grandma. She slit her hand open, and I had to deal with that. And just reading up on it and seeing stories, and you know, you see these TV shows. I didn't really want to become a paramedic from the TV shows. I know it helped to see how they help people. I didn't want to just because of the TV show, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's such a massive deal for me to be a paramedic, and yeah, I just literally can't wait. I want to be a paramedic for a lot of reasons. Sorry, I'm just going to close the curtain because I cannot see. I wanted to be a paramedic when I started, when about midway through public services, and I just wanted to help people. That's why I want to become a paramedic. If it means that I've done all I can, and sadly that weren't enough, then I will accept that, and at least I know I've done all I can. Working at the care home actually kind of expressed how much I want to become a paramedic. It kind of like times it by 10, just because how much I love working in care. And I know a lot of paramedicine is elderly care, because you get called out to a lot of elderly patients. I've asked quite a few paramedics, and seeing how elderly people are, I just love them. They're just nice. They're nice to talk to. They're nice to be with. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to become a paramedic. I wanted to become a paramedic because to help people, and I wanted to help people with mental health as well. As you guys might know, I'm quite passionate about mental health, about talking about mental health, and a lot of paramedicine is talking to people with mental health illnesses and helping people out when they're basically on their knees, when they're down so much, and for you to help them, for you to give them that first step into helping them is brilliant for me, and I want to do that. I want to help people. I want to save people when they're down. You know what I mean? I want to pick people up when they're down. I know a lot of student paramedics suffer from mental health illnesses, so I also kind of want to do it to improve that. I know I might see something that really affects me, but the course I'm going into, the Worcester University that I'm going to, they're willing to help. They're setting up programs to help you out. So that's why, you know, check Worcester out. That's not me, you know, putting it out there. But yeah, that's why I wanted to become a paramedic, to help out, and yeah, I was quite passionate about it. It's hard to kind of put into words how I feel about paramedicine. I kind of always have this urge to help out people when I'm at the care home. When someone has a fall and the emergency buzzer gets pushed, I always want to run up there and see what's wrong. I always want to run up there and see how I can help. Yeah, I just want to be that person to help. I want to be that person who runs into a situation where people are running away. You know, it's little things, I guess. But yeah, that's why I wanted to become paramedic. And Jacob.
Guys, it's quite sad to say, but this is the end of today's episode. It would be great if you guys could watch the rest of our student vlogs. We're on about episode 52 now, so that would be amazing if you guys can check that out a little bit. Also, check out Claire's channel. It's such an amazing channel. If you guys are looking to get into nursing or just looking for something different, go to check Claire's channel. I always said Chair's channel. I'm just horrible at pronouncing her name now. It's getting worse. Anyway, thank you for watching today's video. If you do enjoy this sort of content, like and subscribe and comment down below. It really helps us out when you guys comment that sort of stuff. It just allows us to know that we are on the right track to improving our channel. But anyway, like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.